and welcome to our last part of the concept call. Today we will work the sleeve. As you can see, I've already made one. We will sew the buttons, and that will be all. And we will start right now. First, we need to place the stitches onto two double pointed needles because we will work the sleeve circular using double pointed needles. At least I am using double pointed needles. You can use what type of needles you prefer. And let's start. So I've made the left sleeve, and now I am about to start the right sleeve. I am cutting my scrap yarn. And we have 25 stitches on the scrap yarn. First, I will place 12 stitches onto my first double pointed needle. Okay, so we have 25 stitches. I take my first double pointed needle and I am placing 12 stitches on this needle. So 2, 4, 6. So as you can see, I have 12 stitches on this needle. Hola, hola ya. Gracias por estar aquí, por acompañarme. I will turn, and now I will place the remaining 13 stitches onto this second double pointed needle. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 13. I will pull this scrap yarn and leave aside. Okay. This is the yarn I have from the other skein, and I will use this, and I have another skein in case it is not enough for my second sleeve. So I will take my yarn, but first we need to pick up a couple of stitches more. We need to have 16 stitches on each double pointed needle. So here I have only 12, which means I need to pick up another 4 stitches. And I am looking the middle here of the underarm, and I am picking up a stitch. What I want to show you, you see how it looks here. So we are not picking the cast on here, this loop here. We go underneath and pick up the second one. So I have 1, 2, then I am on this side, I will pick up here 3, and I need one more. I will Now I will count. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I need another 3 stitches for my second double pointed needle, because here I have 13 and I will pick up 3 more. See, I go like this. So I am not picking this one because we will have gaps here if we pick up this one. I go underneath. I have 1. I go here 2, and I go here for the third. And I will place them onto my right double pointed needle. And now I can start to knit my sleeve, because I have in total 32 stitches, 16 here and 16 here. I am taking my yarn. I am leaving a short tail that I will wave at the end, and I will start and knit my first stitch, my second one. After my second one, I always make a knot. I tie a knot here, and then I will continue to work the stitches. It is important that the first stitch, the first row of the sleeve, after picking up the stitches, to work just a little bit loosely, just a little bit, because we are now working circular, and usually there is a difference. You know, when you are starting to knit the sleeve, it's always a difference. Sometimes you can fix that difference by washing the garment, but not always. So we are doing the best to have a good tension. Okay, so this is row 1. We need to work 4 rows, and then we will make a decrease on the 5th row. So half of my row is ready. I am turning my work, and after this first row, again I will tie a double knot here, pull tight. I will make another knot, and I will place this remaining tail inside of my sleeve. And now I will continue to knit in round another 3 rows. So this is row 2. Of course, my method to work this part of the bodysuit, the sleeves, in case you maybe want to change something, feel free to do it. It's always better to adapt a pattern to your needs, or to your style of knitting. Okay, this was the second row. Let's start the third. We will decrease 3 times. At the end, we will finish the sleeve with 26 stitches, which I think is more than enough. Usually I am decreasing more, but this time I didn't want to change the pattern. Okay, so this was row 3. Another row. So another row, this one, and then we can make the first decrease row. I keep getting disconnected, and I have to remember myself to repeat the information every time I see I get disconnected. Okay, so this was row 4. Let me show you. Okay, now there are 2 ways to decrease for the sleeve. Actually, there are more ways to decrease for the sleeves, but the method is to knit 2 stitches together at the beginning of the row, and then when you turn the work, to make another knit 2 together here at the beginning of the second double pointed needle. This way you are decreasing 2 stitches on a row. But for this romper, I choose to decrease only at the beginning and at the end of my row. And this is so on row 5 we start knit 2 stitches together and then continue to knit until you reach your last 2 stitches. Last 2 stitches of the row, not of the needle. Okay, turn the work and continue to knit until you reach the last 2 stitches. And here on my last 2 stitches I will work an SSK. So I will slip the first stitch, I will slip them knitwise, slip the one, slip the second, and then knit them together through the back loop like this. And now we can count 30. So next we are knitting another 4 rows without making any decrease. So now we have 30 stitches. Okay. So this is 1. I'm starting the second row. The second row after the first decrease row, because from the beginning not the beginning of the row from the underarm counting. This will be row 7. Okay, I am starting row 3 after the decrease row. Turn the work. And continue to knit. Okay, this was row 3 and row 4. Hola Rosa. Okay, this was row 4 after the first decreasing row, but from the start of the underarm is row 9. Now we are making another decrease. It's not necessary to count every row because you can count here. You see, you can see where we decreased here, and then you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 where it's time to make another decrease row. And we are working exactly the same. We're starting by knitting 2 stitches together, and then we are knitting every stitch until we reach the last 2 stitches on this row. Okay, almost at my last 2 stitches on this row, and again we are making, so we are slipping knitwise the first stitch, slipping knitwise the last stitch, and then knit them together through the back loop. Now we have 28 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, no, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, I have to repeat because I just got disconnected. So for the next, as I said, now we have 28 stitches in total. For the next 16 rows, we are just knitting in round. You see? This is the decrease that we just made. Sorry. Okay, here we just work this decrease. And now all we need to do is to knit 16 stitches, rows, sorry, 16 rows until the next decrease, of course the last decrease. uh, and by the way, if you want to decrease more stitches, you can choose to um, insert another row of decrease between these 16 rows, or 2 rows of decrease. You are the one who decide um, if you need to decrease more stitches than I am doing right now. So for the next 16 stitches, we are just knitting in round. And this is the moment, if you have a question, I can answer you without a problem. Otherwise, I will be quiet and working my 16 rows. I really don't remember if for the first set I used only 2 skein of yarn or 2 and a little more from the third. I am curious now to see if what I have here will be enough for my second sleeve. After I will finish this part, I promise myself I won't knit anymore for the rest of the day because I am knitting, oh my god, I think since 7 in the morning. And I feel pain in my hands and my fingers. I just exaggerated today. But I will finish this part with you and then I can take a break for the rest of the day. Let's see how many rows I've knitted so far. I think 4. I still need to work 12 more. I think this is an easy pattern. I mean, I try to keep it as simple as I can because I really want a beginner to be able to make it, to work it. I will wash this romper once it's finished. I always wash my needs. It was easier for me to work like this, making these lives, because I am saving so much time, especially since I am doing this also in Spanish. And from Saturday, I will start also in Romanian, my language. Actually, it will be my first ever tutorial in my language. And I'm very nervous. Okay, so remember 16 rows in round until the last decrease. And of course, you will work the second sleeve exactly how we are doing with this one. So nothing change. And I must say that my sleeve measure from the underarm 14 centimeters long. This will be 4 point, I don't know, 6-7 inches. I am not very sure. Maybe you can convert if you are using inches. So 14 centimeters from the underarm part, from here. But also this length can be changed if you like a different size of the sleeve, if you want to be shorter or if you want to be longer. You just need to work less rows or more rows. Again, this is something you decide. Okay, let's see how many rows I have so far. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I still need to work a couple of more rows, I think 7. Okay. Well, I guess my yarn won't be enough to finish my second sleeve, and I guess I will start my third skein of yarn very soon. This is what I still have. We have another rainy day, another cloudy day, but a more warmer day than the yesterday. So it's nice. and that's why I don't have the best natural light. Okay, just a couple more rows and then we can decrease again. Oops, sorry. You know, what I didn't told you is that if you choose to make short sleeve, thank you, Gabriela. If you choose to make short sleeve, you can cast off after row 12. You know, you can work 12 rows. It will be until here. See, like this, and you can make it with short rows, short sleeves, sorry. You know, that's why I am always saying that you can change a pattern once you made it the first time, then you can make it just to guide you through this process, and then you can change. You can add you know, here in the front you can add a stitch pattern, or from here to here you can add a stitch pattern. I don't know, or lace stitch pattern, or textured, some textured stitch pattern. There are so many things you can on a pattern. And at the end I will give you some information on how to work this for size 0-3 months old. Oops, I forgot to count my rows. Let's see, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, another 2 rows, and then I can make my last decrease. Okay, my last row before the next decrease, but first I want to pick up my third skein of yarn and attach the new skein, because it won't be enough what I have left to finish the sleeve. Too bad this set you just need a little bit from the third, but you always, you know, with the remaining the remaining skin, you can make, for example, a bare bonnet that will match, and so you will have two bonnets for this romper if you are making this as a prop, photography prop. Or if you don't like to make the bare bonnet, you can make the slippy cap using the number of the stitches from that tutorial. No? So, or you can make another concept bonnet, maybe if you have a custom order or stuff like that. I don't know why it take me to make a knot here. That's it. So the last row before the next decrease. What you are hearing is my son, who keeps forgot something in this room. And he doesn't care that I am live and I need to be quiet. Okay, let's count again the rows to be sure I have 16. Oops. So from the last decrease, I worked 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And let's make the last decrease. So knit 2 stitches together at the beginning of the row, then continue to knit until you reach the last 2 stitches on this row. Okay, my last 2 stitches on this row, and again I will work an SSK, slipping the first stitch knitwise, slipping the second, and then knit them together through the back loop. Okay, so from the beginning here, from the underarm counting, we've worked 27 rows. Okay, we have 5, 10, 26, 27. Yes. Now the next 5 rows, again we are knitting in round. So 1, this is the second row I am working. I will try to keep my knot here on the back of my work. Okay, now I work the third row after my last decrease row. Okay, another 2 rows, and then we can work this part of 3 rows in garter stitch. So after all the decrease, after the decrease rows, all the rows we've made of decrease, we count 26 stitches in total. So we've started with 32 stitches for the sleeve, and we are ending the sleeve with 26 stitches. And again, if you want to decrease more stitches, you can insert another row or 2 of decrease in those 16 rows that we are knitting circular. Okay, I guess this is my last row. And then we are working circular another 3 garter stitch rows. And when working garter stitch in round, you need to work a knit row followed by a purl row. And this is the repeat, knit row, purl. I want to count again my rows, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so in total from the underarm we have 32 rows in knit stitch. Now the next row we purl every stitch. Okay, so purl. This will be row 33. Now row 34 knit. Okay, row 34 knit. row 35, purl again, so row 35, purl, one more row, and then we can bind off the stitches. Row 36, knit, and on row 37 we cast off, but we cast off using the purl stitch. Okay, so now we can cast off the stitches. First I am purling the first stitch, then I will place this left needle, and then I will purl these two stitches together. Try uh, to not cast off very tight, a little loosely. Again, place the stitch on your left needle, again purl two stitches together, and then place again the stitch on the left needle, and this is what you are repeating until the last stitch. Okay, so purl two stitches together, place this stitch on your left needle, and again purl two stitches together, place on the left needle, purl two together, purl two together, place on the left needle, purl two together, and this is what you will repeat. And this way your work won't curl. So this is a good thing. Okay, so purl two together, purl two together, purl two together, and so on until the end. You can cast off on your method, your own preference. So this is it. Now we can cut the yarn, leaving a short tail, and we can proceed to weave this tail here. Okay. I'm making first a double knot. I will make here. And then I will insert and weave through my stitches back and forth. Okay, this way. Now I can cut my yarn, my tail. And I have another tail here inside my sleeve at the underarm part that I need to wave it. Here is just a little gap that I will cover like this. I will insert my needle through the yarn. Okay, I will do like this just to close a little bit this gap here. Stitches from there. I made it a little, just a little larger. Okay. Try to not wave in the same place, just once in the same place, because we don't want this part here to be bulky, you know? Here, when you press here, you don't need to have this bulky. Now I will wave just a little more, and then I will cut my yarn. That's why I am saying to through the stitch to make this. It is my light good, please? I'm not very sure. Let's see if I turn the light, maybe it's better. Okay, now I will cut here. Let me show you. Okay, as I said, I need to wash this, and after my wet block it will look very, very beautiful. At least I hope to look beautiful. I still have yarn on my tapestry needle, and now I will place my two buttons. These are wood buttons. Okay, I will place my first here. Okay, now let's place the second one. I am very sorry that I don't have buttons to match perfectly the color of the romper. Now I will turn like this and make a knot, very tight knot, and then a double knot. And of course you can wave this tail or these tails, or you can cut and a double knot. I guess I got disconnected again. Okay, so as I said, you can wave these tails or you can cut them. You decide. Just a second. Okay. I forgot upon it. Let's close here the buttons. Okay. And this is the little bodysuit concept. Sorry, in newborn size. This is how it looks. After washing, wet blocking, steam blocking, it will look different. And this is the matching bonnet. Now, I want to tell you about the 0-3-month-old size for this romper. First of all, when you cast on the stitches, gracias, Olaya, gracias. Sí, Rosa, sí, está aún sin bloquear, sí. Va a quedar muy, muy hermoso después de lavarlo. So, as I said, if you want to work this for the size 0-3 months old, all you need to do is when you cast on here for the newborn, we cast on 42 stitches. For the 0-3 months, you need to cast on 48 stitches. So again, I got disconnected. So for 0-3 months, cast on 48 stitches. And how you divide those stitches? For each part that we had in this tutorial, you will add those 6 stitches, or you will divide those 6 stitches like this. For the first part of the chest, 1 stitch. For the sleeve, 1 stitch. For the back, 2 stitches. For the second sleeve, 1 stitch. And for the second part of the chest, 1 stitch. So in our tutorial here for newborn, we started with knit 7 stitches. Well, for 0-3 months, you will knit 8 stitches. You will make 1 right, knit 1, slip marker, knit 1, make 1 left, knit 6, again, make 1 right, slip the stitch marker, no, make 1 right, knit 1, slip the stitch marker, knit 1, make 1 left. Then for the back, you will knit 12 stitches. For this one, we started with 10. For 0-3 months, you will knit 10 stitches, and then again, make 1 right, knit 1, slip the marker, knit 1, make 1 left, knit 6, these are the stitches for the second sleeve, make 1 right, knit 1, slip the marker, knit 1, make 1 left, and knit the last 8 stitches. So this is how you divide those 48 stitches on your first increasing row. Then you will increase until here on the back part you can count as I said, you can count 34 stitches, which means you will work 4 more rows than we did here. We stopped at 13 stitches for the back part. Okay, for the 0-3 months, you will stop when you have 34 in the middle. Then, after separating the stitches for the sleeves. Okay, um, and what you can do also for 0 3 months is to add a button. um, you can work, we have 8 rows between 2 buttons. Okay, you can, after making the first button, you can work, let's say, a 5 6 garter stitch rows and then make a buttonhole. Again, work 6 rows in garter stitch and make the third buttonhole. Then when you will join in round, you will have, I think you will have 72 stitches, and you will continue to knit until you can measure from here underneath the garter stitch band until the part where we are separating the stitches for the opening legs. You need to have 27 centimeters. 27 centimeters means almost 11 stitches for 0 to 3 months. Then you will work the opening leg. You will divide differently the stitches. For this part, half of the stitches will be 36. You will work 14 stitches here from the for the crotch part and 14 here, and the rest of the stitches are the opening leg. In total, your 0 3 months bodysuit should measure from here underneath your garter stitch neckline until here, at least 29 centimeters long. And if you are making for a baby who is already 3 months, it's good if you have even 30 centimeters long. Okay, and for the sleeves, of course, you, as I said, my sleeve measures 14 centimeters, you see, from the underarm. I have 14 centimeters. For 0 to 3 months old, or for a 3 months old baby, you need to work with 2 centimeters more. Or if it is your own baby, you can measure, and when you are working for your own baby is more easy because you will work after the measurements. You can do it to your baby, but this one, it will be weird for a 1 week, 1 old baby, even for 1 month old baby, you know. And some babies are taller, some are smaller, and that's why this is the measurements, not the exact measurements. The exact measurements are when you are working for your own baby and you can measure your baby. Okay, I don't know if I just did a mess with my explanations, but when you are reaching this part, it's better to take a paper and to take notes if you have any questions, if something doesn't work while making this outfit. Of course, you already know that you can always send me a message on my Instagram, Little Knits, or leave a comment here and I will answer you as soon as possible. And guys, I hope you will enjoy knitting this outfit. You already have the tutorial for the bonnet. I want to thank you so much for joining today, and especially my dear Olaya and my dear Rosa, two wonderful uh, friends that are always support what I am doing. And thank you. Gracias, Olaya. Bien. Uh, until next time, and the next time will be Gracias, Rosa. You can check out on my channel that I have a very short um, video for the Daniel set, which is for 1-2 years old, and or you can see it on my Instagram. And I really want that the next tutorial to be for that set. But until then, I can wait to receive your pictures with your concept set. And again, thank you very much. And stay safe, and we'll see you next time with another and another tutorial. Thank you. Bye bye.